Little Mama started, and you are live, so Mom, start talking.
Hello, I am live, and I want to thank you for Mary because she's wonderful.
So, Mom, talk a little, and can you
Okay.
hear her, Greg?
Okay.
Wait, hold on a second. Let me, I'm not seeing, but I think oh no, I'm at A page. Okay, hold on a second. I got a text message that it's coming. Okay, it's live now, sorry. I see it now. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to put my phone down so I can hear.
Okay, we are doing our test to see if people can hear. So, Stephen, can you hear clearly? Stephen says, hi, miss you. You hear clearly? Mom, you've got to talk.
Oh, okay. Hello, Stephen. Hello, everybody.
Okay,
I hear.
Greg, I'm getting feedback. Can you
I
hear?
can hear her well. I can hear her well.
Okay, I'm hanging up on you. No, I'm not going to hang up on you because I want you to read her comments.
Right.
Okay? But don't say anything because there's echo until you're ready to read her comments.
Okay.
Okay.
And shall I keep on talking?
Okay, Mom, you are going to start in just a couple of minutes.
Okay.
You start in 3 minutes, so...
One,
Yeah,
two,
yeah,
three.
Stephen is on and Michelle is on, so say hi to them while we wait to start.
Hi, Stephen. Hi, Michelle. I wish I could see you. I see Joni in front of me and my papers, but I'm imagining you.
Okay, they are hearing you well.
Good.
So we start in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Can't watch tonight. He's going to dinner.
Shall I hold this?
Sure. Greg, because my voice is not good, Greg is going to be reading the comments.
Greg, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, keep it lower.
Keep it
If
lower.
Greg's talking, bring it close to the microphone. But if Greg's not talking, and mostly he won't be, keep it
Okay.
down further or else it blocks you.
Okay. God forbid I should be blocked.
Okay, we start in just about a minute.
Okay. I have my papers ready. You know what I did today? I couldn't find the papers, which I'd written yesterday. And then I realized I had written Monday, July 16th, instead of August 16th. So on the computer, it'll say July 16th, but on my paper, that's crossed out, and it says August 16th. Today is August 16th. Shall we begin?
Yes, what you can do is keep the phone down so you have your hands free.
Okay.
And then when Greg wants to say something and you hear him say something, pick it up and put it close to the mic. Like
And the mic is here.
the mic is right under your chin.
Is this perfect now?
So the speaker on this is here. So hold it like this.
Oh, the speaker's at the bottom. Thank
Yeah,
you.
don't press it into your shirt or you'll muffle him. Okay?
God forbid I should muffle him.
Okay, you are ready to start, Mama. Go
Okay.
for it.
Welcome, everybody. And I do need to say today is my granddaughter's Mary's 30th birthday. And I just want to say that if not for her, I don't think I would be doing this because she was so patient with me. And she was trying to teach me this new world of cell phones and computers and email. And she was so patient. Mary is a teacher of children who have difficulties of one kind or another. Well, she has a grandmother who has a lot of difficulties with all the things which are technology. So when you enjoy today, thank you, Mary. Thank you. I love you. Okay.
You can put the phone down until Greg speaks.
Oh, good, good, good.
Because you need your hands.
Yes. First of all, I don't know if it's on the wall, but today I'm speaking about the Village Community School and a story. If you don't see it, then I'll show it to you next week. But I'll talk about it. Sandy Smith.
On the wall.
It is.
It is on the wall.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay. Sandy Smith had gotten me 2 wonderful commissions because he said, and you do one for me. And that happened to be the Greenwich Village Community School, which is the kind of school I wish I could have gone to. It was in Greenwich Village, which is definitely not average. They're the ones who try new things and teach as if every child is intelligent. They don't talk down to children. I spoke to some of the teachers. I attended some of the classes. And I only wished all of America could have dedicated teachers and people like those of the Greenwich Village Community School. Let me talk to you about teaching, because many years ago I began to teach in my basement at home, because I was asked to teach children by their parents. One of them was a little boy named Mark, and his mother said he always used to draw. He drew and he drew and he drew, but all he loved to do was to draw monsters. So one day the teacher said, we're all going to do Mother's Day cards. Draw something beautiful for your mother. So of course he drew a monster. And the teacher said, no, do flowers, do something beautiful, but you don't give a monster to your mother for Mother's Day. And he looked at her and he said, but my mother loves my monsters. No, you can't. And from that day on, he stopped drawing. And his mother brought him to me and said, could you get him back to drawing again? And I put Mark down in front of a mirror, a little pocket mirror. And I said, Mark, pick something in your face, anything. Maybe your eye, maybe your nose, maybe your mouth. Just one item, draw it, and then make a monster around it. And he did. What I didn't know was that this boy was remarkable. He ended up doing a supermarket with the shelves, the perspective, all there. And that was my first lesson in realizing that just because you're incredibly cute doesn't mean you're not brilliant. And so I learned, I'm going to tell you what I learned from all my students. Wendy Denka was somebody I loved. And she didn't want to draw realism. And we tried to figure out what would make her happy, because the moment the child came into my class, they had to do 15 minutes of live drawing. Anything that's real, no copying. It could be somebody's face, it could be somebody's shoes, it could be your fingers, but 15 minutes of learning how to interpret things which you could not copy, to teach you how to see. And she was very good at that, but she didn't enjoy it. And I'm in touch with her, and we're still hoping to find, she's now a beautiful adult, but she has not yet found out what she needs to do in art. And it teaches me so much of the difference in all of us. I got a wonderful letter the other day. It was for a young man called Stuart Fisher, who used to be my art student when he was a little boy. And you know how I say I'll organize my papers? I just heard from him. And I said to him, Stuart, what made you become an artist again? Because he is one now. And he said, thanks for responding to my letter. I do have Facebook and will look to friend you. As for your questions on what drove me to pick up the paintbrush again, it was you, my dear Hedy. It was 24 years ago and happened by chance while taking my young daughter to a birthday party in Long Beach. And I looked up and saw a sign, Page School of Art and Frames. I walked in and you recognized me and you encouraged me to start by just drawing in a sketch pad. Well, that meeting with you got my creative juice flowing and was a catalyst for the art that I created. Thank you for that. I will hook up next Monday on Facebook. Love and hugs. This made me so happy because he had sent me paintings, but unfortunately, he had them all together, at least on my computer. It was one going into the other, And so I asked him to send me one item because this makes me so happy. Let me go further. I'm talking about students. How did I get Stuart Fisher? Years ago, a lady came to me and she said, I would like you to teach my daughter art. And her name was Susan Gans. And she was an absolute delight. But not only that, she married a man who was a brilliant photographer. And every Christmas, I would get a card which showed her children. Every Christmas, I saw them growing in these cards. I have them all. And when I did the first one of Long Beach, I thought, I want to do Long Beach as a city filled with young people and old people, a community. And I spoke to Susan and I said, you know, I know your children so well. I've never met them, but it doesn't matter. I've met them through every Christmas on those incredible photos. By the way, Susan's husband is the one who ended up doing the limited edition prints of Long Beach for me, which we'll get to, which I'll show you when those paintings come up. Right now we're only in painting number 40, and I've done 92 that are on the website, and I'm working on 93 right now. Okay? I need to tell you how it all began. When I was a little girl, my father and mother knew I loved to draw and that I was drawing constantly. And they said maybe we should get her art classes. And there was a man named Mr. Eckert. Now I need you to know, Panama, this was in Panama. Panama was not segregated like America at that time. So this was a man of color, which at that time, in 1938 to 1948, would not have ever been allowed in America. But I was in Panama. And I must just tell you something. This has nothing to do with the rest of the program. But it just happened this week, and it means so much to me, I have to tell you. I don't answer social media because when I write something to somebody, I want it to be between that person and me. In social media, the world knows, and I lose too much. So I got a message of a man named Jose, and his last name was Bill Gray, which was my mother's maiden name. So I knew he was a relative. Right, Mary Lou? So I wrote to Mary Lou, and I said, Mary Lou, this person sent me a wonderful letter. I can't answer because he did it through Facebook. Could you get me his real email? And Mary Lou immediately got it for me. This young man is involved in something that my paintings try to show and my stories try to. He's an intern at the UN about immigration. I am speaking to you only because Panama allowed me to integrate into Panama and to escape Hitler. My life is based on the fact that I did not end up like Anne Frank. If you know about Anne Frank, she was in hiding just the way we were. But she was discovered and ended up dying in concentration camp. She became a famous figure because of the writing that she did, which showed the humanity of what it means to be caught by the enemy. And I was not caught because of Panama. And so a main theme that I will be doing, as I do in all my paintings, you don't know what you're missing if you allow yourself only to know people who are just, quote, like you, because there is nobody like you. You're unique. In this whole universe, there's only you. You're composed of so many different materials. Thanks to the book about trees, which Julie, Mark, and Charlie gave me, I carry cells from centuries ago. Maybe they speak to me. Maybe you have cells in you that make you do certain things which some far person centuries ago wants you to know. We are all miracles. Let me see what the time is. Okay.
You have 15 minutes.
Okay. In that case, I've got to tell you, when I wrote about Orchard Street and coming back, how deeply affected I was because Orchard Street was barren and empty and the signs were gone and the people were gone. And I felt so sad until I suddenly realized it was meant to be. When I said to Joni, when Joni said, where do I park? Where do I pull over? And I said, as she came off the Williamsburg Bridge, on this corner, Orchard and Delancey, where Muscat was. Well, coming back, we found out Muscat was no longer there. He was now across the street. Who knows why the universe put it right there? Maybe they spoke to the Muscats and said, be on that corner. So someday Hedy will find you. I don't know. I don't understand the universe. I'm going to do something. A very dear friend, who I'll show him to you in the painting, because he's one of those kind people that I need to memorize. He wrote to me. I had mentioned something I learned from Fran, who's also in that painting, about strings joining us and leading us into places. So one day, I'm going to have Jesse post that of what he explained. Now, I think we should go to the painting.
Do you want to read from Grandma's book?
Yes. Do I have time?
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to.
You've got 13 minutes.
Oh, great. Okay. I want to read. I've had so many requests to read more from Paula Kelman's book. So, Mary Lou, Sandy, she wrote to both of you. I knew you so well. This she wrote about when she was a little girl, and they fled. And this is very important for my Jose, who works with immigration at the UN as an intern. My glasses. Thank you, Joni. I'm going to just read a little bit of this.
While she's settling in, Greg, do you want to read comments?
Yeah.
Put this near your microphone, Mama.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's gone. It's there.
Okay. So we got a lot of hellos at the beginning. Stephen Schlossel, Michelle, me. Stephen couldn't stay. Mary Lou, Phil Gray says, hola, hola. Janine Scholes, my mom, said hi. Michelle, many people go into teaching with that dedication. Unfortunately, the system can ruin those dreams. Joe Tripp, hello everyone. Hope everybody's summer is going well. Eileen, nice angle Joni. Hello, wonderful Hedy, looking gorgeous. Eileen talked about ice cream man out there. And I mentioned too, a popsicle. Mary Lou said, I graduated as a teacher almost 50 years ago. Love to teach. Mitch says hi. Sandy says, love Aunt Hedy. Sandra said, Joanne Vegas Samide. Here, Michelle said, Hedy, you were saved because you were meant to share so much.
Thank you.
And Mary Lou Belgray agreed. Jose says, looking amazingly fantastic, Hedy. You're such a blessing. Mary Lou also loved it, that children had so much to teach us. Okay, and that's the latest on the comment.
Thank you. Okay, now, just know I'll have a hard time at pronouncing this word. Zaleszczyki. Though I heard that so often from my mother. Okay, remember she was a little girl. It was during the World War I. We walked and walked from town to town, from village to village, with little rest, until we reached a place where we could stay. We arrived at a railroad station, and Father went to buy some food while we went to washrooms to clean up. My brother had always been skinny. Mary Lou, this is your dad. This is my Uncle Harry she's talking about. But now he looked worse than ever. Father returned and smiling and gave us each a package of food, sliced and ready to eat. We drank milk, which he bought from an open container. Surely a train would arrive soon. One did, and we decided to go to the last stop. Destination unknown. We arrived in Zalaschigi. Know, all of you, that refugees have no place to go. If there's a train and they can get on it, they do. Destination unknown. Many people joined us. They screamed, pushed, and tried to get into that last train which was leaving the station. Also, it was possibly the last chance for the refugees to get away to safety. But I was surprised to see these loving and bread-sharing people suddenly changing for the worst. Zalaschigi was our last stop. A wave of homeless people were spreading all over the city. Many were taken into Jewish homes and given food and shelter until eventually they too had to flee. You see, during war at that time, the people who were persecuted were the ones who couldn't fight back. And that was, in this case, the Jews. Okay? Let me stop with this. But I just want you to know what it means to be a refugee. And don't say words like, as people have said to me, why did they leave home? Maybe this will explain it. Okay, Johnny, can we go to the painting?
There we are.
Okay. This painting is only of people who do kind acts. I've known them all personally. There are going to be so many more in here because I haven't had time to do more. But I want to read some of the things to you, okay? For one thing, everybody had to write something about who they are. Okay? Now, I printed it out. This is Dr. Joe. His last name is Schrand, and he's amazing. And I'm not going to talk about him right now because I have to ask him something. Dr. Joe, when you sent me the photographs, that wonderful explanation of who you are, which everybody should give me, is on the same page with all the photographs you sent me. Remember when I asked you about a different shirt because I needed pink and I had too many black suits? So you allowed me to give you a brown one. But the only trouble is my printer had to print about 20 things and did not print your speech, which was in that. So please send me that separately because I'm not good with the computer and I can't print everything. Okay? My printer gives up in the middle. I just need your speech again, okay? Instead, I will read. These people are together with two Mennonites. Let me talk to you about the Mennonites. A long time ago, Eric and I took our children to Mennonite country, which is in Pennsylvania, because if you went at the correct time, which was in spring, they used to put boxes out of books because, as they explained to us, we can only read in winter. During the rest of the year, we're too busy. So at the end of winter, we have so many books we need to get rid of. So we would go there and we would come home with boxes of books for $0.25, for $2, until our station wagon was weighed down. But we became like part of family to them. Nora, wait, you will see faces one day. Nora and Amos, we were invited to weddings of their family. Whenever we came, there would be a table laden with huge amounts of homemade food. She was a wonderful cook. And then we would take home corn and this and that. They were so loving and generous. So when I wrote to Amos and I said, before Eric passed away, he said to me, Hedy, promise me you will never put anybody into your paintings again if they did not write about who they are. Your paintings have to be a documentary for people who come after us of who we are. Because according to newspapers and books and television, we're evil. We are not. Among us, there are people who do little acts of kindness, which change lives, as the Hoovers did to us. So, I got the letter from Amos. By the way, Amos is a historian, which is how we met, because when he found out from our kids that Eric spoke German, he was so excited because he said, Eric, I have so many old German letters and I don't understand them. Help me. And they began to work with each other on that. But here is what Amos said. And then I won't read the whole thing because Joni says there isn't time. But my dear friend Hedy, greetings. I'm amazed that you have the energy to do another super large picture. It is a good goal and I wish you could picture it into reality. When I asked J. Paul Hoover, that's one of his sons, for suggestions, and also my blind friend Seth Stauffer, just how I see myself, or how they think I may see myself, I should know because I have all reason to believe that most of my life is behind me. He's younger than I am, but I really don't. Perhaps I see my life as a link of a chain of many generations by which I tried to pass on some knowledge and faith to make it easier and better for those who follow. In fact, we have a hymn. We are working the road to make it easier for those behind. Having said all that, I don't see myself as being a strong link, but rather a weak one, much as the man said in Mark 9:24, Lord, I believe, help thou my unbelief. I don't have the time to tell more, but when this painting is finished, there will be everybody's sentence printed next to them. I don't know how that'll be. Maybe I'll do separate papers. Maybe Jessie and Mary will teach me, because by then computers will have changed. Maybe it'll float in the air. Maybe there'll be a screen. I don't know. But let me say thank you to all of you. I love you so. You really are and have become my family.